The guide that Dante, Statius, and Virgil encounter in the earthly paradise is Matelda. She is a figure that scholars of Dante have talked about, written about, and been somewhat confused about. Dante names her only at the very end of this canticle. She is the only figure in the Divine Comedy who has or does not have a historical analog. People are very divided. Is there really an earthly Matilda that he is patterning this figure after? Or is she a personification of something that is not an individual? There is a lot of debate. There has been a lot written about Matelda. Matelda could be, for example, patterned after the Countess of Tuscany Matilda from the 11th century. She could be patterned after Queen Matelda, who was the Queen of Saxony in the 10th century. She could be patterned after several German mystic writers who lived about the same time that Dante did and died just before the year 1300. She could be patterned after some friends of Beatrice. She could be patterned, some people have even suggested, after Dante's mother. She could be patterned after some of the women that Dante talks about in the Vita Nuova. So there is a great deal of debate about the historical analog. I myself tend to think that she was Queen Matelda from the 10th century. This is a queen who was also a saint, who also was included in the Book of Martyrs. This is a queen who was the mother of kings, the mother of emperors, of the Ottonian emperors. She was the mother of the Capetian kings of France, who make an appearance in Purgatorio. And she herself was the mother of a saint. She is an imperial figure, and insofar as Dante's politics are imperial, it might be Queen Matilda from 10th century Saxony. Because there is so much debate about any kind of historical figure that Dante was thinking about when he crafted the figure of Matelda, a number of individuals, a number of scholars have suggested that we should read her figure allegorically. In this sense, she might be representative of a pastorella, of a pastoral poem, several of which Dante wrote and several of which his friends wrote. Or it's been suggested, particularly because Purgatorio is so full of song, that she represents the canzone, that she is a personification of song. And of course, she herself is singing as he encounters Matelda. Other people have suggested that she represents a muse or a muse analog. Other people have suggested that she represents justice, that she represents a figure that Virgil referred to as the Virgin or Virgo. I'd like to quote a passage from Dante's treatise on monarchy in which he talks about the figure of Virgo. In Book 1 of Dante's treatise on monarchy, he refers to Virgil, and he says, "Hence Virgil, wishing to praise the new order that seemed to be emerging in his day, saying, 'Now the Virgin is again returning, and the Saturnian reign begins again.' By virgin, he meant justice, which is also called Astrea. By Saturn's rule, he referred to the finest ages, which are also described as golden." So it is very likely that Dante intended the figure of Matelda to represent justice, possibly empire. He did link the two. And most certainly, she represented the golden age, which once lost, Dante had hope would come again.